Now I'm going to bring up the prototype. Again, not everything is clickable slash interactive, so be sure to describe what you're expecting to happen, and keep in mind that you're not wrong or using the website incorrectly if something you would expect to happen doesn't. So the first task I'm going to have you do is to walk me through the sign-up process. Let's assume that you don't have a Petster account and you're going to create one. Show me how you would do that.
Okay, so it looks like I'm at the homepage for the Petster, or the sign up page, so I'm going to go ahead and enter my first name, I'm going to enter my last name, hit tab there, get sent down, but I'll go to my pet's name next, I'll put her name in, and then I will go to my email address, just kind of type in what my email address is, and I'll make up a password. And then I will go ahead and hit submit to see where it takes me next.
Okay, so that is the first task. What were your thoughts on this process?
It seemed pretty straightforward. It seemed like a normal sign-up page where you create, kind of like, you plug in your information and such. So, yeah.
And on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is very difficult and 5 is very easy, how would you rate the sign-up process?
I'd say 4.
And on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is not at all confident and 5 is very confident, how confident were you while walking through the process?
4.
And what, if anything, would you change about the sign-up process you just went through?
For the sign-up process I just went through, besides like having to highlight the phrases before Xing them out and typing in my names, I felt like it was all pretty straightforward. Maybe like a confirmation, a second confirmation on my password, and maybe actually like a username would be helpful.
Thank you so much. So now I'm going to ask you to set up your profile, and this is the setup profile page.
Okay, go ahead and set up. So here I would upload a photo if I could. It's like my type of dog. Breed, I have a selection of options. Select her gender and put in her age. She's 3, can't remember which. So now I'll hit submit.
Thank you so much. What were your thoughts on this process?
Pretty straightforward and self-explanatory. Didn't really have any serious issues. Yeah.
And on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is very difficult and 5 is very easy, how would you rate this process?
Seemed to be 5.
And on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is not at all confident and 5 is very confident, how confident were you while walking through this process?
About 4 or 5.
And what, if anything, would you change about the process you just went through?
Like maybe more options than just something that's so basic, but there's not much I would change really. It was pretty straightforward.
So now I have a scenario-based task for you. So the first part of the scenario is to show me how you would post a new update about your pet.
Okay, so it looks like I'm on my pet's newsfeed. This is the photo that I posted before, yes. So I guess I would go here. It looks like asked what's new with my pet. I would type in Darcy is enjoying her time digging in the yard. And then it looks like I go ahead and hit submit. And it's going, or so it looks like I'm at a new page now. Kind of confused about where I'm at now. Looks like I've been taken to my pet's page, is what it looks like. I have her list of friends and a list of posts on her page. Are these posts by me, I guess, because this is my photo. So these are posts by me. Yeah. So I guess this is where I actually post the information. Darcy is digging in the yard. And I would submit this here. Is that how this works? Now I'm kind of lost. So this is her information. I have this option to click this highlighted option, which gives me more options. So it looks like, I don't know, some sort of party sign. Is that birthdays? Or is this just friends of mine? Okay, so these would be my friends. Looks like this is a messages box, so it looks like these would be like private messages. Or, I don't know, maybe it's a public, looks like private messages maybe. I've got, this is my newsfeed again, so this would have been what I was at earlier. So after posting in my newsfeed, it looks like I was redirected to my own page. And this would be that page. And some sort of geolocation device. So this would say, okay, so this looks like it's like something that can take me to local dog parks and such in the neighborhood. Nice.
Why don't we stop there?
Okay.
And what were your thoughts about this process? Again, the task was to show how to post a new update about your pet.
So I was a little confused at first when I didn't have like a prompt for like what would happen, and so like after posting I was just taken directly to my pet's page. I thought it was a little odd. I guess I'm used to the Facebook interface at this point, which is you kind of constantly have a feed and you post and it's on the feed then. But rather than I was taken directly to the page once I submitted. And again, after that, I didn't really have a lot of prompting. I had to figure out everything on my own and figure out what was what. I didn't have any sort of things, but once clicking on things, I mean, the images kind of made it apparent what they were, like a messaging kind of base center and my profile picture. I mean, I could kind of understand that would have been the profile picture, and with the map option was some sort of map related to pet related things.
And on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is very difficult and 5 is very easy, how would you rate this process?
I would give it about a 2 or a 3. I didn't have a lot of prompting or anything like that. I had to just kind of like make do as I went.
And on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is not at all confident and 5 is very confident, how confident were you while walking through this process?
About 2 or 3, probably 2.
And what, if anything, would you change about the process you just went through?
I would want prompts. I would like, you know, kind of like a welcome thing, like, or, you know, some sort of option to like figure out what I was doing, because I was really at a loss. Especially, I'm assuming I'm directing this as a new user, and if I'm looking at it that way, then I really didn't feel confident at all in like what I was doing with the steps.
Okay, so now we're going to start on task B. Let's say you are planning to meet up with another dog owner. Get directions to the dog park nearest to your current location, then post a message to the dog park's profile.
Okay. So again, just repeat the things again.
Sure. Let's say you are planning to meet up with another dog owner. Get directions to the dog park nearest to your current location, then post a message to the dog park's profile.
Okay, so I know that hitting this heart prompts me to kind of like options here. So to find the nearest dog park, it would look like I would use this map section. I would type in my zip code here, which I would plug that in. You know, whatever it is. Click on dog parks as an option. Then it would look like this would be the park nearest me. So it looks like it's taking me to a page regarding this dog park in a group. I'm supposed to message someone that I know to visit this dog park?
Post a message to the dog park's profile.
Oh, okay. So now it looks like I'm at the dog park's profile. So at this point I would post in here. And I would see, okay. And I would post what I want. Oh, I'm sorry if it was like, hello. And I would hit submit, and that would give me a post to the dog park's profile. And then next up would be...
And that's the last step.
Okay, last step. Okay.
Thank you. So what were your thoughts about this process?
It's pretty... Now that I did familiarize myself without the prompts and such, now that I familiarized myself with it, I felt like I had a pretty direct route to doing it.
And on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is very difficult and 5 is very easy, how would you rate this process?
I would say 4. 3 or 4.
And on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is not at all confident and 5 is very confident, how confident were you while walking through this process?
I'd say 4.
And what, if anything, would you change about the process you just went through?
I'm not sure how exactly I would change it. I felt like I did what I wanted to do at this point now that I've familiarized myself that I knew what I needed to do. So I don't know if I can't think of anything right now. Sorry.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
No problem.